Analyzing the Other Side of the Game by Amanda Parris. Of objectives. Provide a summary of the scene analyzed. Determine two dramatic elements. Explain the effect or purpose of the elements observed. Connect two dramatic elements to theories studied in the unit, and then link these social issues to current recent events. Scene 3. The beginning of Scene 3 of The Other Side of the Game takes place at a basketball court in a Toronto community. It focuses on the interactions between characters Siobhan, Nicole, and Devante. The key events are Nicole and Siobhan meet at a Toronto basketball court. They argue about Siobhan missing an important appointment for Nicole's child, Zakaya. Then Siobhan leaves with her ride in a Cadillac after Devon shows up. Nicole and Devante talk about their lives, Nicole's baby, and their future plans. Devante then gives Nicole money for groceries. She accepts after initially refusing, not wanting to be pitied by him. Identifying dramatic themes. The two dramatic themes identified in this scene would be characterization and gesture. The first key element is how Nicole is characterized in her dialogue in Scene 3, when she talks about her frigid, expensive prescription for her child Zakaya for his ear infection, and the fact that she has no money to go out. She shows that she's dealing with financial issues. This makes her look responsible, especially compared to Siobhan, who gets weekly allowances. In conclusion, Nicole's dialogue shows her everyday struggle with things like grocery, healthcare, and medication. Gestures. The second element is the gestures, where Devante quickly sticks a wad of bills in her pocket. This small action shows he wants to help Nicole without making her feel embarrassed or like a charity case. It also creates a nice moment between them after the awkwardness they shared before, showing a more caring side to Devante. This gesture shows that he understands Nicole's struggles more than Siobhan does as well. These two dramatic elements to theory studied in the unit. So othering is the first one. Othering is when a character feels othered by society. Nicole talks about how hard it is to live in a world that ignores her struggles when she argues with Siobhan about not having enough money, and also about Zakaya's missing appointment. It shows a fight between friends, but also shows the challenges she has to face as a Black woman in Toronto. The second theory studied in the unit would be Black masculinity, and it has to do with Devante, when he shows care for Nicole by giving her money for groceries. It challenges the stereotypes of Black men as only tough or hyper masculine, showing that masculinity can include care and support. Social issues from the scene to current recent events. The socioeconomic issues faced by characters like Nicole and Devante are still ongoing. As of early 2025, data continues to show significant economic and social disparities for Black communities in Canada, impacting essential services like housing and healthcare. Data from 2022 shows that racialized persons were more likely to live below the poverty line than non-racialized people, with Black people having a poverty rate of 13.9%. The 2021 census found that 12.4% of Black Canadians lived in poor households compared to 8.1% of the total population of Canada Institutes. Where people, even these days, have trouble finding financial aid for their children, for healthcare, for housing, for any sort of support from the government, which most Black communities don't have these days. And we are still fighting for equal rights for them. But I don't know what else to say, so this is done. This is the reference. Bye.